Picture walking up to your house and seeing your own garage with a big sign that says everyone can use it without asking you first. No talk with neighbors, no voting. Just a cheap-looking sign stuck on the door saying it belongs to everyone. That's the scary thing that happened to me. My name is Ethan Harper, and I'm 35 years old, and I make houses look pretty in a town near Tucson, Arizona. And this is the story about how my peaceful life became a big fight about space, being the boss, and people lying. It all started with a lady named Lorraine Baxter who thought she was the boss of our neighborhood group, and she decided my garage was her special place to play. What happened after that was a big fight that made our whole neighborhood mad. At each other, showed us a bunch of lies, and finished in a way nobody expected to happen. Trust me, this story gets really crazy. Are you on Ethan's side, or are you on Team Lorraine? Let's see which one you pick. 3 years ago, I bought a really nice house that looked like old-fashioned style, and I loved it because it had a big garage for 2 cars that was perfect for my workshop where I make things look beautiful. That garage was super important to me, a place where everything was put away. Perfectly filled with old furniture I was making look new again, cloth pieces organized by color, fancy wood, waiting for the perfect job, and thousands of dollars worth of tools and stuff. It wasn't just a place to work, it was where my business lived, and where my creative heart was. The neighborhood looked perfect, with trees lining the streets, clean grass neighbors who said hi when they saw me. The neighborhood group was like a ghost, only showing up for boring meetings about cleaning streets, or putting up holiday decorations, which I only went to maybe twice in 3 years. Everything was calm and nice until Lorraine Baxter decided she needed more space to put her stuff, and my garage was going to be her answer. It started with an emergency neighborhood group meeting, which was a warning sign I should have noticed. Who calls an important meeting just about storing stuff? I went to the community center thinking lots of people would be there, but it was just me, Lorraine, a nervous guy, named Carl Jenkins, and Mrs. Evelyn Ramsey, who used to be the neighborhood group boss, and everyone thought she was smart. Lorraine was wearing a wrinkled business jacket and holding a clipboard, with what I found out later was just a shopping list, acted like she was in charge of the whole world. She said that garages that weren't being used would now be places where everyone could store their stuff, her voice sounding like she just fixed world hunger. When I told her my garage was where I ran my business and it was packed with breakable old things and tools, she just ignored me. The neighborhood stuff is more important. Mr. Harper, she said, saying my name wrong as Harp Man the whole time. When I asked who voted to make this decision, she pointed to herself and Carl, who looked like he wanted to disappear. Evelyn sat quietly, but her eyebrows went up like she didn't believe what she was hearing. Lorraine's phone started playing a cheesy song from the 90s, right in the middle of her talking, which ruined her trying to sound important, but the meeting ended without figuring anything out. I stupidly thought it would just go away. I was totally wrong. Walking home, I found a shiny poster board sign on my garage door printed in Comic Sans font that said community storage, only people with permission can use. It was ridiculous, like a kid's art project trying to claim my stuff. My heart felt heavy. This was my special place, years of hard work and how I made money. And Lorraine had put her claim on it without even asking. The awful feeling hit deeper than just the sign. It felt like an attack on my freedom. The next morning, I saw Carl, still wearing his pajama robe, trying to drag a 7-foot-tall blow-up snowman into my garage. His face turned bright red when he saw me. "Didn't Lorraine tell you?" he said with a shaky voice, thinking I had said yes. I helped him put it back in his truck and explained the confusion, and he said sorry because he was clearly tricked into Lorraine's plan. I thought that was the end of it. But 2 hours later, Lorraine showed up with her inspection team, which was a person who always agreed with her, named Brenda Walsh, and Mrs. Peterson, who didn't want to be there and looked stuck. They were doing a safety check for storage rules, which was obviously just a sneaky way to look at my valuable stuff. Lorraine walked through my workshop like she had won a war, pointing out fake problems, while Brenda recorded on her phone saying it was for documentation. Then with a fake sad smile, Lorraine accidentally knocked over my special 1920s Art Deco lamp that cost $800. The glass broke all over the concrete floor. Each piece felt like it was stabbing my heart. She made a shocked sound. "Oh, stuff that isn't stored right is so dangerous," as if I had made the mess. Mrs. Peterson moved toward the door, feeling embarrassed, while Brenda kept recording my shocked face. It wasn't just about the lamp. It was Lorraine showing her power, proving she could destroy. My way of making money and call it safety. Getting down on my knees next to the broken glass, I understood this wasn't about storing stuff. It was about being in control, and Lorraine wanted war. I stayed calm, but anger was building up. Mrs. Evelyn came over that evening with cookies and a warning. Lorraine loved to make things bigger and bigger fights, and keeping records of everything was my best way to fight back. Her words felt heavy, like someone who had seen bullies like Lorraine before. I put in security cameras that night, not just to keep my stuff safe, but to fight back. Each camera was like a quiet promise. Lorraine, you're being watched. I wrote down everything, the broken lamp pieces, conversations. I looked up property rights and security systems getting ready for battle. Then the cameras showed me the truth. Lorraine wasn't really running a storage program. She was running a stealing operation from my garage. Video showed her sneaking in between 11 o'clock at night and 1 hours. In the morning, taking pictures of neighbors' stuff that was stored there. Mrs. Peterson's family heirloom dresser, Carl's expensive garden tools, and more. She wasn't organizing. She was making a list of valuable things to sell. Checking timestamps with online stores where people sell stuff proved it. Lorraine was selling Mrs. Peterson's dresser for $200, Carl's tools for half what they cost. All listed the day after her midnight visits. Even worse, she was using my name. A person who wanted to buy. Something showed up at my door asking about a dresser he had bought from Ethan Harper. Screenshots showed fake accounts with my pictures, my address, and my job information made to look like a real designer selling fancy old things. Lorraine had built a scam business putting payments into accounts using my name. While I had no idea what was happening, I told everyone about her on the neighborhood website, posting video with the caption, "Community storage scam revealed." Everyone got really mad. Neighbors told stories about Lorraine being mean, pressuring Mrs. Peterson to let her use her dresser, scaring Carl into doing what she wanted. Lorraine fought back with a message full of spelling mistakes, screaming about lies and fake videos, but her spelling errors and typing in all capital letters made her look crazy. Only she, Carl, and Brenda liked her post. 47 comments made fun of her with February 30th jokes, which became a way to make fun of her fake claims. Carl wrote a message from his heart saying sorry and admitting he had been scared of Lorraine's anger. Evelyn explained that Lorraine's neighborhood group rules had no real legal power, which made others brave enough to speak up. The community came together, realizing Lorraine's power came from fear, not real authority. Her scam was worse than just stealing. She was making money off our trust, using my name to trick us. Filing a police report felt weird. The officer laughed at how bold she was, but said identity theft was common, even if not this creative. Evelyn told me about Lorraine's past: fake pool cleaning fees, fake fundraisers, endless tries to grab power that fell apart when neighbors compared what they knew her garage plan was. Just the newest trick. Then Evelyn said something that made sense. Give people what they want, if Lorraine wanted. I sent certified letters to everyone with items in my garage, saying unclaimed property would be sold according to regulations. Carl and Mrs. Peterson got their belongings within days, thankful for the clear explanation. Others hesitated, fearing Lorraine's revenge, but the evidence, footage, listings, fake profile, convinced them. By week's end, only Lorraine's items remained, a reminder of her failed takeover. Lorraine called the notices harassment, posting sob stories about a mean neighbor destroying community spirit. Her begging failed when outsiders investigated and found her scam. As the 30-day deadline got closer, I planned a public auction with a local auctioneer, advertising it as a food bank fundraiser to take the moral high ground. Neighbors got excited, some for the cause, others for the drama. Lorraine's panic reached its peak. She made receipts dated February 30th and June 31st from fake stores like Vintage Treasure Vault. When people called her out, she claimed clerical errors. Her attempt to report me for an illegal storage business backfired. The city inspector laughed, noting her own community storage claim made her the rule breaker. Auction day was electric. Neighbors brought lawn chairs, a local streamer broadcast live, and my driveway became a stage. The auctioneer's professional setup screamed legitimacy, attracting curious bidders. Lorraine showed up clutching a manila envelope, her wrinkled dress and fake designer bag screaming desperation. As bidding started, she waved her receipts. I read them out loud. February 30th, 2023, Vintage Treasure Vault. The crowd burst out laughing. The live stream chat went wild. Her face turned red as each fake receipt was exposed. Mrs. Peterson bid on her own dresser, a poetic taking back. Carl bought back his tools, joking about thief discounts. Bids went high, raising $2,147 for the food bank, crushing any story of my greed. Lorraine's breakdown was legendary. She screamed about conspiracies, claiming discrimination as a single mother, ignoring the single mother she'd robbed. When neighbors called her out, she fell apart, her arguments dissolving into rage. The crowd turned their backs, a silent rejection. Police came, looked at my notices and footage, and confirmed my actions were legal. One officer suggested Lorraine could face fraud charges, but wasn't worth the paperwork. Her complaints crumbled. The next morning, a moving truck parked at Lorraine's house. Movers worked quickly. She left without a word. Her defeat complete. Neighbors watched, not caring. Evelyn hosted a coffee meeting to rebuild the HOA with real votes and openness. My garage became my workshop again, now stronger with community respect. The auction started an annual charity tradition, raising thousands for local causes. Lorraine's name faded, but her lesson stayed. Bullies grow strong on silence, but unity and evidence destroy them. 3 years later, our neighborhood is a perfect example of democracy, and my garage is a space of choice, not force. Have you faced a neighborhood bully? How did you fight back? Comment below. Sometimes the best revenge is building something better from their ruins.